my name's Sherm. That's it, you know.
No DJ Too Fine.
Oh,
okay.
DJ Too Fine, brother named Sherm, whatever you call it. There's so many memories of Serg, but actually the best memory I have of Serg, I guess, that I can think of right now is when I first met him and I came out here for a visit. We were at the club, one of the clubs downtown, I think it was called the Sky Club or some shit like that, next to Barsmith. And it was one of those like clubs.
Oh, Sky Lounge.
Sky Lounge, that's it, yeah. DJ, you know, so it was old school. DJ had the turntables right out there, you know, on a basically a fold out table, whatever. And I was getting my gig on and just happened to hit the table. Neil skipped. Kind of messed the party up for a quick second. Serg came up, picked me up like this, barely knew me. Come on, bro. And I was like, wow. Oh, a dude came and saved me from what could have been a tragic moment. And then from then on, man, it's just, we just got cool after that, man. Turntables brought us together, hip hop brought us together, and then, you know, after that, everything just kind of turned into a brotherhood. So, you know, just one of the many stories of how Serg has just always been there, been that dude. So, you know, mad love to Big Serg, just mad love to his entire family and everybody who knew Serg and knew what he meant to us, man. So, peace and love, Big Serg.
What's up, y'all? This is the boy Penny the Great, and real quick, just want to talk about my man DJ Big Serg. Real quick memory. I remember he had given us a beat. The Writers Guild, my squad, he had given us a beat, and we had a show going on at Joe's Grotto, and we actually recorded the song like the next day after we got the beat, and we actually were going to perform it the same night. We actually did, but we didn't tell him that we was gonna do the song. So that when we started doing it, we saw him in the front, and my man went crazy. You know what I'm saying? I could see in his face how elite he was. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Big Serg, good brother. You know what I'm saying? You will be missed.
Yo, what's good? TJ Super Hype, Radio Super, Rock the Mic Show, all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? But big salute to my man, Big Serg, man. Yo, I've known Serg for so long. He was one of the first couple of shows that we picked up when we expanded on Radio Super in our probably, I want to say, within our first year or two of operation with him and House and Sherm and DJ Kaz came on a little later, man. Serg that was my guy, you know what I mean? He was a hardcore critic in terms of music. He'd listen to the mix and rate the songs I play. Like, oh, TJ, let me get this one a C, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me get this one an A. It was real crazy, man. But throughout all the years, all the 14 years we've been on the air, Serg has consistently been there, you know what I'm saying? I see him at any of the milestone, any of the yearly events, any of that stuff, Serg would always show up. That was my dude. And when he talked to me about what he was going through, we kind of connected on that level too, because I experienced some of the same things that he was walking through. So this whole thing was just a big surprise, you know what I'm saying? So it's good, man. That's my dude right there. Real radio forever, you know what I'm saying? So big salute out to Big Serg, man. We love you. You know what's good.
Hey, I'm Tina Estes, and I've been in this hip-hop community for a minute now, and I've been able to, see Serg in passing, but also I remember, several years ago, I don't know if it was like 8 years ago, just a while ago, I hit him up. I said, Serg, let's talk some music, because I don't even remember what it was for, but he was so game, and we met up at Starbucks. We had a great conversation. It's coming back to me where we were just like, even gonna, work on some music together, and he just was just such a good guy. Like, there was nothing about him, you know, that was, as for a woman, like, one of the things that I'll always remember about any man I come in contact with is if they're safe or not. And there was nothing about him that made me uncomfortable. He was just a good guy. He was a solid guy. And that's why I'm here today, you know, in between gigs after a long day. I'm here to remember Serg and keep his memory alive.
So, good memory about Serg. First off, we go way back from when I first moved here in 1998. But we became fast friends because of the music. We both worked at Circles. And then when I got over to the airline business, I brought Serg over with me. And years into it, as we got closer and closer, one year, I was heading back home to Michigan, where I'm originally from. And I told him, hey man, Slum Village and Pete Rock are playing a show in my little hometown in Kalamazoo, Michigan. And he was like, I'm coming, say no more. And literally 12 hours later, he showed up at my mom's house in Kalamazoo, Michigan. He flew all night, flew from Phoenix to Chicago, spent the night in Chicago airport at O'Hare, and then got on a plane from Chicago to Kalamazoo, Michigan, little Kalamazoo, and made it, knocking on the door in the morning, party. We was on and had a blast. My family loved him immediately, and he fit right in, and just met all my peeps there, had a blast, and it was just a great night. Got to see Slum Village, got to see Pete Rock, you can't beat that, and kick it with my homeboy Serg. So that's where one of many, many hundreds of thousands of good memories with Serg, because that's what kind of guy he was. He would show up, always. So that's one thing you can count on with Serg, for sure.
No doubt, no doubt.
Peace.
All right. And you are?
E-House, Eric Ware.
All right.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Dave Miranda, the host of the Just Give Me 5 show and a fellow Arizona hip-hop MC, and DJ Big Serg. You know, just a phenomenal human being, just a beautiful soul, just such a kind human being, man. Like, you know, he really didn't have anything bad to say about anybody. And you know, I've known Serg, gosh, man, for just so many years, but a real cool memory, because this is something that kind of kept on from that moment that when we would always approach each other after. So in 2010, myself, Serg, and Mega Ram, we went to a Suns game, and this was our first encounter with the lemonade vendor man. So now, if you've ever been to a Suns game, definitely a D-backs game. In fact, in like 2018, Taylor Swift donated like 15 grand to the man because she just thought he was so remarkable, right? But he was the lemonade vendor man, and so he would come up the aisle, and he would be like, got that good lemonade like Nana made, you know you want it. And so we just kept doing this, you know, and me, him, and Ram were just sitting there just dying. We were like, yo, this guy is amazing, like, this is beautiful, you know. And so after that, every time from that moment on, every time we would see each other, you know, we would always, you know, like Nana made, you know what I'm saying? That was like our little inside joke. And you know, but I mean, it's just truly like a kindred spirit, remarkable human being, man, just a beautiful soul, and you know, he'll truly be missed, but you know, you always want to celebrate the life and not mourn the death, and that's what we're doing over here today at Grassroots. We're honoring and celebrating the life of DJ Big Serg.
Yo, what's going on? It's Rocky Tyrade, R-O-Q-Y-T-Y-R-A-I-D. You know, I'm an MC. I've known Serg for the longest. About the majority of the time I've been out here, he's always been a loving, selfless brother, you know? Stories. Like, I think, like, I hate to sound like selfish, but the story that I remember involved something kind that he did for me twice, actually. The first one was in 2017, and I was in kind of a bad spot and everything, and I happened to be leaving work. I worked down off Rio Salado. some company and whatnot, and I was leaving, and I was just in a bad space. And he happened to be working across the street. So I was getting ready to get on my ride, and then I saw him. And he had noticed me. He had, he said, Rocky, no. He came over, and we just had such a very personal, intimate conversation on life and what it means to be a man, a black man in this space. And it was a really uplifting conversation. And it was just one of those things that I remember because I was in a bad spot at that time. And the second one was during the protests in 2021, when I had taken a break from doing being a creative, being an artist and whatnot. And Serg would go out of his way to always tap in, and say these encouraging words and uplift my music when I felt like it was basically a rap. He used his platform as a DJ to not only forward his craft to do what he thought was upholding the culture, but to be there for other artists. And the way in which he did that for me really propelled me to keep going and keep fighting and keep pushing my legacy. And that's one of the ways I'll continue to honor Serg's legacy, is to, in those moments, do the same thing for other people. So Serg, selfless brother, rest in peace.
What's good? D. Martell, Dega, out here, Provision Squad, Melt Squad, drum and bass, electronic music. I met Serg because I was working at Circles, so I was running their whole electronic music program, right? And he was like a big brother to me, he was always real supportive and really encouraging. I was kind of younger, and I didn't know the city down here very, very well. And I exposed him to a lot of our stuff in that vein, and he was a hardcore critic. Like my man was saying, a hardcore critic, he'd be like, I don't get down with this, but I see you where you coming from. Big up, keep doing that, but don't play me that stuff, man. I ain't with it. And it's just hater the whole time. But he showed love, and he even came out a few times, and I was going to Hidden House, checking him out, and, he was just real supportive of anything that I was doing, man. And there weren't a lot of brothers out here that were doing that, frankly, and I was real lucky to have that support. So, yeah, it's rough, man. It's rough. But that's it.
Peace. This is Mega Ran, and I think I met DJ Big Serg at our local watering hole. Our first love, first hip hop heaven out here was the Hidden House, and I think after the show we would always try to hit the IHOP or something like that, and we started rolling mad deep. I don't think I really knew him. I just maybe heard him on the tables that night, and we was like, hey man, we going to IHOP, we come eat. And so we came out to eat with him. First thing I noticed, and this is it's a little weird, but it's funny. As we were sitting there eating, he knew everybody, everybody that came by, and particularly every fine woman that walked by was like, hey Serg, hey. I was like, look at you, Serg. He's like, man, I don't do much. Serg was always so unassuming, just man, I don't do much. Super low key, super chill, but just such a lover of hip hop, lover of music, man. Came out to all our shows, and I'll never forget, he did a track for me on probably my best album, Random. He did a track called Revisions, which is a super personal track for me. It's where I wrote about my career and teaching and education and why that kind of went south for me. So it was a super personal record, and he sent me a beat, and I was like, you made this? This you? He's like, yeah, man, I'm trying to do a little something. I was like, oh, I need this.
And now the best teachers want to be administrators. Hard to fight the power when you don't know what's for dinner later. Charter schools bringing kids on the third strike with more mileage than the turnpike. But everyone can learn, right?
Rewrite my story, you tried on.
So, and he came to me, was like, yo, man, I just wanted to say thank you, because, like, ain't nobody ever really look out like that and, like, have me on the project, like, or tell me that my beats were hot or anything like that. So I just wanted to say thanks, man. And I was like, that's what's up, man. And so I'm very happy that he's a part of that. He's forever a part of that, man. We did another record together with Tahum, rest in peace, for the Defenders track.
Universe work to throw the hand up center, bring justice to the city at last, the Defenders.
Yeah. Luke Cage, bulletproof like Ghostface wallets, uranium deposits, flow stay polished.
So yeah, he was the best kept secret, man, because he was so talented but so low key. But just such a lover of music, man. His crates was deep, you know. So anytime he spun, we knew we was gonna get some goodness, and we're gonna miss him, man, because he was truly the best, man. Ain't nobody got nothing negative to say about Serg, because he was always positive, just loving and supportive, man. Just, it's a shame that we won't get to see him at shows, you know, but he's gonna be around forever thanks to us, because we're gonna continue to uplift his name. We're gonna continue to rep the legend that is DJ Big Serg. We love you, bro.
Yo, this is Sam, DJ1, period. I met Serg through a mutual acquaintance. He was actually kind of my entrance into DJing out here in Phoenix. I used to hang out with him and his crew, Real Radio Phoenix, and I would, listen. He told me stories about how, bro, you got to carry the crates before you can get on the tables. So, he tried to razz me about being a new DJ and stuff like that. But a quick story, I used to do these annual parties to celebrate my life as a DJ. And, it was a celebration, so I'd be getting tipsy, and I would like to try to scratch before I could try to scratch. So he would always yank my hand off the turntable and say, DJs, don't let DJs DJ drunk. And I'd be like, oh, okay, my brother, let me pay homage to my big brother, big DJ Serg, man. One love. We gonna miss you forever, but we know you still listening.
My name is Ken, KNS, DJ KNS, aka DJ Big and Bad. Just sharing my story with my man Big Serg, good friend of mine, known for like years. How I met him was we moved into the same complex, and he saw me moving in. He saw my plates, and he's from the East. And I was from the East. We shared stories, realized we DJ'd together. He DJ'd, I DJ'd, and we got together. We liked video games. He liked video games, and it brought in a friendship that we had for years. I miss him.
Word. All right.
Once again, it's on.
It's official, the Tuesday night jump off is hot like fire. It's been imitated, but never duplicated. Supporting the local artists for the last 3 years, the most consistent hip-hop open mic night in the valley. Every Tuesday night at O'Malley's. The originators of Tuesday night hip-hop, Casanova and Big Serg. Back up in the building. Popping bottles, $50 bottles, Moet going down. $3 Hennessy, $3 Alizé.
All right, D. Yes, for 60 seconds, but man, I don't know how to recap 22 years in 60 seconds. So you may have to cut this somewhere. All right, Big Serg memory. I wanted to drop this track because Serg and I shared an overabundance of love for Camp Low. So one of my memories is I used to travel a lot for work. And so I'm flying into Sky Harbor, coming home one night. Phone goes off, ding. It's Big Serg. Yo, question mark. What's up? You down? Question mark. Yeah, I'm down. No idea what I'm down for, but I'm down. Ping. Camp Low concert. Got off the airplane, jumped in the ride, scooped up Serg, hit the Camp Low concert. It was a beautiful night in hip hop. February 2000 is when I first met Sergio Bowser. He was Sergio Bowser because he wasn't DJ Big Serg yet. Eric E. House brought Serg through O'Malley's on a Tuesday night. This was really early on, like our second night. We had been open, hardly anybody there. And I remember Serg was so tuned in. This was an underground hip hop night. I think anybody that knows Serg, he was there critically listening, rightfully so. So there was a challenge, even though I'd never met this cat, he never left 10 foot from the DJ booth, making sure that everything I dropped was a heater. Fast forward, next week, Serg shows up solo. This was the beginning of open mic. So I was like, hey man, I gotta get out to this cypher for open mic and it's in the middle of the club. You wanna drop these beats while I run the cypher? And he was like, yeah man, I'm down. So he dropped the beats, we ran the cypher. Third week, here comes Big Serg. Still wasn't Big Serg yet, but he had a couple pieces of vinyl, ready to rock the instrumentals for the cypher. And then things grew from there. It was a Tuesday night, open mic, underground hip hop, O'Malley's. Definitely has its place in hip hop history for Phoenix. Definitely gonna miss my brother. 22 years of friendship grew into brotherhood. Family gatherings, holidays. Serg was always there for the kids. Graduations, birthdays. I love you, brother. Rest in heaven.